Okay mate, today we're going to take apart your Megadrive 2 that I modded for you so you can paint the system. So I can undo the switches for you and strip it right down ready for paint without damaging it all. So first of all, what you're going to need is you need a Phillips head screwdriver, and you're going to need some sort of spanner or ratchet attachment or screwdriver attachment, which is 8mm. That's just for the nuts on the back. You can use a screwdriver, a pair of pliers or something else, but I just use that because it's easier. Okay, first thing what you want to do is you want to flip over the Megadrive, and then there are 1, 2, 3, 4 screws to remove. So I'll just remove those real quick. Okay, now those are removed. We can turn the Megadrive back over. For this video, I'll just turn it to the side, and then I'll lift up, and then back. And as you can see, the switches are bolted in just there, and there is all the motherboard and the cable. So before you do anything else, get your 8mm, stick it on the end of the nut, and then just unscrew. Undo the bolt, and then that one will come straight out. And same again. And then that one will pop straight out as well. So there you are, you have both switches out. Okay, we'll pop that to one side a minute. Now for paint, what you need to do is you need to remove this plastic thing, and then remove the reset button and the power button. All you have to do is just push the tabs out either side, and this thing just pops off, like so. I'm not going to pop the buttons out now, you can do that yourself. And then to do the cartridge slot, you just remove these 3 screws right here. So now those screws that undo the cartridge slot are the same size as the one that you took the top of the system off, so they can go together. Okay, and more there. Okay, so the cartridge slot is removed. If you don't want to paint that, that's fine, you can just put that straight back in. If you do want to paint it, just remove these 2 springs and the flaps will come straight out of this assembly. Okay, so that's the top shell right there. Alright, so we can move that out of the way, and now we're back onto our main board, the scary part. No, it's not that scary. Okay, so what you'll see is there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 screws on the outside, and then 1, 2 slightly longer screws holding in the cartridge slot. So we'll just remove all that, and I'll show you what to do next. Now take note that these screws are slightly smaller than the other screws for the cartridge slot and the top shell. So just keep them to one side or separate. Okay, I think that's all 9, and then you've got to do these 2 here. Now these are the longest screws. They are the longest ones. So there are only 2 of those, so you'll know which 2 of those that go straight back in here quite easily. Okay, once you've done that, just grab on the cartridge slot, lift from the back, and pull out. There's the board. It's not going to come undone, don't worry, and you can sit that to one side. Next, remove this plastic tab. Don't forget to put it back in, because it's what the cartridge slot rests on. Then remove the metal shielding. Then you're left with just the base, which then you can paint, and also the door for the Sega CD you can remove. So there we are. There are the two main plastic pieces for the ready for paint. And I'll just quickly show you how to pop the board and the switches back in. So we'll ignore this bit for now. We'll pop the RF shielding back in. If you're wondering why there isn't a top part to the RF shielding, is the fact that you don't actually need this in. It's only to stop interference when you have it tuned in, and because you're not going to be using the tuning in of the RF, you're going to be using RGB, this doesn't apply. So I still keep the bottom one on there because it gives somewhat, it stops from dust getting in on the bottom, but the top part was not needed. So pop that back on. I'll pop this back on anyway. If I can actually get it back in. Okay, we'll ignore that. Anyway, so get your board. You want to just get on the tabs, let it sit in, and then push down on by the controller ports, and then it should just pop straight in. And that's the board back in. Okay, so imagine you've just put all the screws back in. Alright, put this to one side, then get your top shell, like so. Get the two switches, thread them through the respective holes, like so. Okay. Put your nuts on, sorry. Don't do them up tight yet. Just to hold them temporarily into place. Okay, and then you want to hold the switch straight so it doesn't look all wonky from the back, and then just do the nut up. Same applies to the other one. Okay, and the next thing to do is to hook the wire around this hole here, and then fold over. There we are. And then you can put your 4 screws back in, and then that's it. That's all you have to do. Also, don't forget the cartridge slot, the LED. Light beam, obviously the 2 buttons when you remove them, and the Sega CD door. So yeah, that's how you take apart your Megadrive Mate. It's quite easy to do. If you get stuck, just send me a message, okay? Or if you think you might have broken so much, just let me know. But yeah, it's fairly easy, mate. All this is all hot glued, so I doubt you'll be able to break any of it unless you do it intentionally. Alright, so I hope this helped you out, mate, and you'll be able to successfully take yours apart and put it back together again. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again soon.